What's up everyone? I'm super excited to jump on here today and talk to you guys about a place that I love and that I was able to visit just a few short months ago. I'll give you a hint. It's got really tall buildings, lots of amazing, good food, and of course, shows. And if you didn't guess it already, it's New York. I love New York. I've been a few times now, and every time I go, I'm just always so inspired as an artist because there's so much history and so much art and music and dance just in the culture of the city, and I just love that. So every time I go, I like to take a dance class. My favorite place to drop in at is Broadway Dance Center. It's perfect for like drop-in classes. If you're there last minute and you don't know that you're going to be there ahead of time, it's perfect to just look up their schedule online. It's so easy. Just pretty much drop in. They have so many different classes that you can take: contemporary, hip-hop, Broadway, tap. They even have like bar classes and like just kind of like break off dance classes, like workout classes. But it's super fun because they have amazing teachers that have just incredible biographies that you can really learn and take a class from someone who has been in the industry for a long time and has really seen so much, and they can bring so much to the class, and I love that about Broadway Dance Center. And plus it's just drop-in classes, so like if you know you're going to be going with friends, or you know you're going to be there and you're going to be really busy, it's so easy to just find a class like in the morning. They go all day too. They start at like 8 a.m. and go till like 8 p.m. And it's just super convenient way, and plus it's like right off of Times Square, which is super convenient if that's where you're staying when you go to New York. And a great way to meet other artists and people traveling, and just the culture there is super wonderful. So I'd highly recommend going to take a class. It's called Broadway Dance Center. Yeah, take a class next time you're in New York. Make sure you go. I've also had a chance, this was a while back, but I got to take a class at the Alvin Ailey School of Dance, and that was intense. We went with a dance group, and man, the people in Alvin Ailey are the strongest dancers. They really train really hard, and I just remember just like sweating so much and just thinking, wow, this is intense and this is awesome. So if you can get into that place to take a class, that would be super great too. I highly recommend that. Plus Alvin Ailey, like super iconic in the dance world, and Martha Graham too. I would highly recommend that too. Some other things you can do are see Broadway shows and plays, which obviously are going to be super inspirational as an artist, because you can see like movement and dance and music all together put into one amazing show. The shows are absolutely amazing. Make sure that's on your bucket list. So this last time I went, I was able to see a Harry Potter play, which was like a huge bucket list item for me because I love Harry Potter. I'm a super nerd. And that was something that I wanted to make sure I saw before they were done doing it. And it's actually, it's a play, so they don't have like a musical. It's not a musical. But they still had a lot of interesting, inspiring, I mean, the show was just absolutely magical. It's insane the kind of magic they can create on the stage. But one thing that I was inspired by, they have these like moving staircases in Harry Potter, and so as they move them around, it was sort of like a dance as they move the props from different places, and they use these giant staircases, and people would be like walking up and walking down, and I just thought, wow, that would be so fun to do like a dance with a prop like that. So that was super inspiring to me this last time. I have also seen Lion King and Wicked and Mamma Mia on Broadway, and all of them just super incredible dancing, music, everything comes together to just make something so inspirational, and it drives me as an artist to create more. So I love that about New York. The other thing that I love is obviously just the culture, the people. You're walking around, it's crowded, there's tall buildings everywhere, you can barely see the sky, and then you've got like in the middle of all this craziness, just this beautiful park. One thing that I was able to do on one of my trips was take a private bike tour around Central Park. Highly recommend that. It is beautiful. And it was so fun to just ride around on a bike and see and hear about the history of Central Park in New York. I just thought that was probably one of my favorite things that I've done in New York. So I would highly recommend doing that as well. Another thing that I would recommend is going to the 9/11 Museum, which is inspiring. You can read all these stories of heroes and people helping people, and reading their stories and seeing and celebrating like people coming together, and it's really an emotional place to visit and also an inspiring place to visit. And as a dancer, I just love New York because like walking around, there's these really old buildings, and I just imagine like these dance films taking place against these iconic like walls and like fire escapes, like the stairs that go up and down the buildings. And I've always pictured like doing a fun dance film inside a restaurant one time, or doing like a breakout, walking through like the streets of New York and just like seeing people around. And anyways, so yeah. Those are my tips for New York as an artist. It's super inspiring. I plan to do a dance film there at some point in the future. So if you're interested, comment down below. Let us know what else you want to know. And of course, I would love it if you've been to New York to give me your tips of what to do, because I know I'll be back there again. So I'd love to hear what you have to say. And don't forget to subscribe so we can do more videos just like this one. Thanks.